or on a year-end wrap-up?
Got a tape, but they've been showing videotape for several years.
Highlight tape?
That's right.
Highlight film. Highlight tape?
Doesn't have to flow.
Charles Oakley. Oh, look away. I don't know if he learned that from Jackson. That looks like an original from Oakley. That was beautiful. Incidentally, last night, Charles Oakley had a quiet 7 assists against Charlotte.
Mark Bryant, the rookie from Seton Hall, just checked in. Getting right into the action. Fouled by Green, so Bryant will go to the line. Mark Bryant has had an up and down first season. He was a starter for a good portion of the year, but replaced by Caldwell Jones as the starting forward alongside Jerome Kersey back in late January.
While playing an average of 15 minutes a game, he looks heavy. He looks like he's got too much weight on him. He's going the Mr. T route, I see, too, with the hairdo, huh?
27-22, Knicks by 5, 45 seconds left in this first quarter. Strickland. And rebounded by Johnson. Oakley try to cut it off. Here comes Drexler. Whipping by his good friend Kiki Vandeweghe. They were very close as teammates at Portland, and Kiki felt the breeze.
Kiki felt a little too friendly, I think, too, on that, but Drexler had the step.
20 seconds to go in the quarter. Nice setup for Vandeweghe. Another good pass from Sidney Green. Quentin Wheeler handling the ball. He's another local product on the Trailblazers, just checking in out of William Patterson College. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Drexler in the one-on-one move. Here's Kersey. A lot of shoving inside. Knicks felt it should have been a foul on Johnson, but the basket counts, and Johnson will go to the line with 2 seconds remaining first quarter.
Well, Steve Johnson, a very important man to this team. He's 6'10". Tucker tried to tie him up, but a very fine scorer. Hobbled with injury problems in the knees and the ankle area, it seems, throughout his career. Has been having limited playing time, and in checks Brooke Steppe now.
Brooke Steppe, another member of the Portland bench who has been around getting a third or fourth shot. Johnson completing the three-point play, was fouled by Tucker. Only 2 seconds remaining. First quarter. Oh, and a bullet pass. And here's Green. It will count if it goes.
That's the end
That
of
is
the
the end of the first quarter. The Knicks 29 and Portland 27. We'll be back here at the Garden after these words.
Year was 56 of these layup attempts by Portland, and that pattern is developing, and that's just what the Blazers want to see. Steve Johnson on the rebound, the long pitch over the pressure, and Clyde Drexler glides by Kiki Vandeweghe for a stuff. And the Knicks had better make some adjustments unless they want to see the Blazers go right down to the wire or pull away from them. And now the Blazers' shooting percentage really did a reversal. The Knicks were leading in that department last time we looked.
At the half, the Celtics and the Sixers tied at 46. Dallas leading Cleveland by 3 at halftime. Dallas will be here on Thursday night, and the Atlanta Hawks over the New Jersey Nets at the half. Boston and Philadelphia battling for playoff position. The 76ers only a game and a half in front of the Boston Celtics. It is Portland ball as we get started. Second quarter, this is Wheeler dribbling out of traffic. Here's Steppe, 5 on the shot clock. The steal by Green. The Knicks have Vandeweghe with Green and Ewing up front. So Patrick Ewing has checked back in. Tucker and Strickland in the backcourt. Steve Johnson attempting to guard Ewing. And it's rebounded by Bryant. Here's Wheeler spotting the opening. And Green on the rebound. Picked off by Steppe. Drexler very close to a travel. And away from the ball, Hugh Evans with a call. It's against Portland. Offensive foul indicated.
Fouled by Steve Johnson.
Johnson picks it up.
Foul.
Steve Johnson, in his earlier years in the NBA, particularly as a member of Kansas City, either led the league in fouls or was among the leaders on a regular basis. Knicks by 2, 29-27. Vandeweghe. And rebounded by Drexler. Nice lead from Drexler.
Hey, that's what happens when they run. The Knicks better make some adjustments and try and stop the Drexlers of the world out high at half court and not let them get running room.
20 seconds on
Steve Johnson, who has been hit hard by injuries this season, has come off the bench to hit 4 out of 4. He's been a spark. He has 9 points, and he's able to score off the nice pass from Drexler.
You know, and address Drexler until he got to the top of the circle, and he's a very potent player, and it shows also by that play he can pass the ball as well. Drexler many times will have, you look at his lineup, I mean, he's a triple-double guy. He does that several times a season. So it'll be scoring always in double figures, and it'll be rebounding and many times assists as well.
Did not have a good one in the Blazers' last game in Sacramento, at least for Clyde Drexler type standards. 23 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. So because he averages better than 27 a game. That's 4th in the NBA. Tied at 29.
In that particular game, Mark, Sacramento had 11 three-point shots. Danny Ainge had 5 of them.
Strickland way off. Steppe gets it down. Drexler with Tucker back. Basket counts and the foul. And Ewing comes up limping. Patrick Ewing hobbling.
Foul by Ken Tucker.
Drexler is special. Tucker's a tough defender. He averts him and avoids Patrick Ewing, who comes down on a foot. It appeared did not come down on another person's foot.
And Johnny Newman,
number 4. Came up, as you say, hobbling. Perhaps it's a sensitive ankle from last evening.
Vandeweghe sitting down. Leaves with 8 points. Johnny Newman is back along with Kenny Walker. The last foul was committed by Tucker, his 3rd. Ewing apparently is all right. At least that's what he indicated to the Knicks bench. Strickland off a pretty pass from Ewing, so that stops the run of 8 consecutive points by Portland. Portland by 1, 32-31.
Well, the 2 defenders did their job on Ewing, but after that, nothing else happened for them defensively. What an easy shot for Strickland.
Brooke Steppe. I'd like to say that name, something about it. Brooke Steppe. We have seen him in a number of different uniforms over the years. Wilkins' pass was stopped. Looked like it deflected off the official running down. Here comes Drexler.
Patrick was not up to the task of greeting Drexler.
McBride has 11. He's hit 5 of 8. 1 from the foul line, just heating up. He had a 48-point game against the Knicks back in January. His season high, a 50-point explosion against Sacramento in February. Portland by 3. 3 minutes gone by, second quarter. And the Knicks still having their troubles from 3-point range. Walker hit by Bryant.
Well, if you look at a shot chart for the Portland Trailblazers, what a good defensive play by Drexler. See what he did. That was Porter, however. But Clyde the Glide underneath. Once again, if you look at a shot group, if you put a dot down after every field goal scored by the Portland team, there'd be one big dot around the basket underneath, because that's where they're hurting the Knicks.
Kenny Walker at the foul line. He is now up front with Newman and Ewing. Jackson is back. Jackson and Wilkins in the backcourt. And Portland by 2, 34-32. Steve Johnson has been a major factor in this Portland run. Johnson up front along with Bryant. Here's Johnson. Not a good shot. Steppe getting to it, and he is clobbered. And Rick Adelman is going with a 3-guard alignment with Porter and Steppe and Wheeler. Drexler sitting down with 11.
You mentioned this man who's very tough. Well, this is a nice move by Steve Johnson going left. Steppe, an aggressive player. That's why he's in this league. But you mentioned how much you like to say his name before, Mark. He'll always be Mike Steppe's son to me, however.
Yes.
Look at Maurice Lucas, the assistant coach here. Mike Steppe graduated from All Hallows High School, same year I did in New York City. He was an all-city player, and fond memories of him as a tremendous jump shooter. Down in North Carolina college.
Off the steal, here comes Steffi. And Ewing got it from behind. Bryant there for the follow. That's rejection number 3 by Patrick Ewing. So the Blazers by 6, 38-32. Wilkins, double team, lost it to Steffi. A 14-3 spurt here by Portland. Wheeler on a finger roll. Make it a 16-3 spurt. And Portland leads by 8. Timeout called. 8:08 to go in this first half.
Have got to deal with their own intensity problem right now. It's not matching that of the Blazers.
Jackson. Mark Jackson with it. Only a second field goal. He has 4. And the Knicks trail by 6, putting some pressure on. Wheeler gets it down to Porter. And the Blazers by 8, 42-34. Terry Porter with 6 points. Bryant really got the reject on Newman. 6 points. Portland leads. Steffi being played by Ewing, who's outside. And he steals the pass. Good play by Walker to keep it alive, but then the steal made possible by Bryant. Steffi.
That wasn't a brick, it was like a stone.
And there is a difference, John. I'm glad you detected that. 10 on the shot clock. Ewing. And it's a 3-on-1. Steffi. So Brooke Steffi, who was among the leading scorers in the CBA while with Pensacola, averaging 25 a game. And now doing it for the Portland Trailblazers and doing it well here in the second quarter.
Knicks better pay closer attention to the backcourt on Portland when the Knicks are under their own basket, as Mark Jackson shows his post-up game down low.
6 point Trailblazer lead. Knicks go to the trap. Portland with no problem again. Wheeler, nice pass. Johnson from Wheeler. And the Trailblazers lead 46-38. Steve Johnson has 11.
The initial pressure by the trap is not good enough. And as a result, Portland's going right through it on that first pass.
Ewing off the double team. 14 for Ewing, who has hit 6 points out of 8 from the field. The Knicks trail by 6.
So after they score, they release on the trap. Knicks going back to their solid man-to-man defense now.
Charles Oakley getting set to return, as is Clyde Drexler and Kevin Douglas. 5 on the 24. Down to 2, down to 1. 24-second violation.
24-second violation.
Man-to-man defense paid off. Knicks did a great job. Well, when you deny a team a shot at the hoop in 24 seconds in the NBA, you're working very hard on defense.
Gallivan making substitutions. Steffi and Johnson sit down, and coaching staff says, good job. Going through 3 Trailblazers to him. And it will be Nick Ball. Oakley now up front with Newman and Ewing, Wilkins and Jackson at the guard. Oakley played by Bryant. That pass got away from him. And Newman able to save it. It was deflected out by Drexler. 5:17 remaining in this first half. Marv Aldridge, Ryan Graves, Bruce Beck, Madison Square Garden. Knicks coming up 45-24. Trailblazers have lost 3 in a row. They're 32-35. Wilkins from 3. Yes, Gerald Wilkins with his second 3-point bomb, and it brings the Knicks within 3.
Boy, he found a touch in that department. 12 for 28 in the last 16 games. Prior to that, he was 3 for 28 over 20 games.
Duckworth thought he was fouled. Jackson from 3. And the rebound handled by Drexler. Good ball movement. And Bryant doing some nice things. Celebrating the Seton Hall move to the Final Four. Mark Bryant with his third bucket. And a nice touch once again exhibited by Gerald Wilkins. So the Knicks shooting picking up. They're down by 3. Drexler putting it between the legs. Here's Porter. Kept alive. Bryant. Nice move by Bryant. Went to the hook shot to avoid the block of Ewing.
I think Ewing is affected by that ankle injury, a minor one though it may be, but he is not jumping up as strongly as he was before.
Portland by 5, 50-45. Newman got the step, and the bucket, and the foul. So Newman will go to the line.
Just a great move by Johnny Newman. Now he's gotten a little quiet lately in the scoring department, but his determination continues to manifest itself when you see a move like that. He had an 8-point game last night, which is quiet for him. In fact, he's only averaged 12 a game in his last 3.
3-point play for Newman. That's 7 points. He was fouled by Bryant, so 2 on Bryant. And the Knicks climb within 2, 50-48. Very few fouls have been called in this quick-moving first half. 9 against Portland, 6 on the Knicks. Bryant getting in. Here comes Jackson. Trailblazers did get back. Jackson on the spin, then gave it up. He had the move, but threw it back out. Here's Newman. Traveling violation called by the outside official, Hank Armstrong.
Knicks not wanting to present that press again, as the Blazers didn't have a lot of trouble with it. So they're just going back and waiting for them to come up court, settle into their man defense, which is taking a turn for the better in the last few minutes.
Portland did have a good run, a 16-3 spurt. They led by as many as 8. Knicks have led by as many as 7. It's Portland 50 and the Knicks 48, 3:15 remaining in this first half. Hopefully rejected and a foul.
Hopefully got something going with Kersey. Oakley's walking away from it, showing no interest, but Kersey isn't. But now they meet.
And a technical foul is being called.
A lot of times it's after the play where the action starts. Oakley let the arms swing out as he was fouled. And Kersey didn't like that. And the official responds by calling the technical foul on Charles Oakley.
And Mark Bryant was hit with a personal foul, his third. So Oakley responded to that, called for the technical. Here's Terry Porter.
Take another look at this incident as Gerald Wilkins sizes up. Oakley inside, goes up for the shot. He gets some pressure on him. Oakley responds with the elbow, unnecessarily so. And the technical is called as a result.
So Oakley will go to the line now off that foul called on Bryant.
Patrick Ewing led the way last night. Charles Oakley had one of his off, or I should say rare, not having a double-double game, double points and rebounds and scoring. That's a quiet game for him, but the big man did the major damage last night. Ewing also with 14 rebounds in that game.
And the Knicks now within 1. Charles quiet of the scoring column thus far tonight. That only was first point. 10 points last night. He did have 7 assists, though, against the Hornets last night. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Nice play, and again, it's Steve Johnson at the other end of it. 13 points for Johnson. He's the high man for Portland. Ewing leading the Knicks with 14. Ewing off the double team. And a traveling violation is called. Portland now calls for time with 2:50 to go in this first half. Really was nice, but he was puzzled by, as he pointed out, as we watched Drexler unleash, he was puzzled by the fact Drexler is fouled.
Thought he was dead and
yes.
he jumped up like nothing hit him.
He said he could not understand why the Knicks three-point shooting has been off as it has.
His first personal foul.
And I explained it to
New
him.
York has 3 team fouls.
Boy, he really is surrounded with advisors. Did he do an imitation of you like so many fans do?
Yeah, I thought it was embarrassing.
Hit you with a yes?
I said, please. It's enough.
But in all sincerity, what I heard you saying before to somebody, you were very impressed with him as a person, right?
We're getting very political here.
Oh, really? I mean, he was a good guy,
a politician, and he handled things very nicely, and he's very charming, and it was a day that I certainly will not forget. Here's Vandeweghe. 54-51. Blazers by 3.
54-51.
And the foul called. Vandeweghe trying to help out. You don't get that many opportunities to drop by the Oval Office. You know?
Well, I would imagine so. But nice to be available when those calls come, you know.
One other question he had, he thought the Knicks might deactivate Pete Myers rather than Greg Butler. And he's curious.
Fascinating man.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
We're just under 2 minutes remaining here in this first half. Johnson getting in, and he's rejected by Ewing. And tipped home by Duckworth.
Well, the Knicks are trying their best right now, and it just isn't good enough because the Blazers are getting away with things that you can't get away with on a home court that you normally play so tough on, the Knicks that is, if you're really working at it.
And here come the Trailblazers. Drexler gives it up. Broken up by Vandeweghe. Nice save. And at 15 left in this first half. Jackson for Ewing. An unusual shot for Ewing, not accustomed. And the foul. Ewing facing the basket at the baseline with no pressure and surprise to get the pass, and it led to the fast break bucket right here.
This is similar to pattern to what happened in Portland. Pushing the ball up the court. Actually, they didn't even need all that dribbling, and Clyde Drexler always manages to stay in front of that basketball. He's got great gifts leg-wise, and he can beat most people, and he can certainly jump over people, as we just saw.
And he's gunning for a 16th point. Trailblazers lead 59-51. Andrea Joyce at the MSG Sports Desk will bring us up to date at halftime, and Bruce and John will take a look back at this first half. Drexler with the steal, among the leaders of that department, and it certainly paid off. Kersey now with 8, and Portland has opened up a 10-point lead.
Well, Charles Oakley is excellent at the long-range passes, but on the short passes, he's just become too cool. Many of them have gotten picked off lately.
Another good run by Portland, 11-2 advantage. Vandeweghe getting in, 61-53. The Knicks down by 8. Vandeweghe is at double figures, 12 points against his former ball club. Foul called on Ewing.
The Ewing has really played at a different energy level since he injured that ankle or re-injured it. I mean, he knows that if he's behind a big man like Steve Johnson, who's 6'10", underneath the basket, he knows he's in big trouble, and that's what happened.
And Ewing sits down. That is second foul. So he leads with 14 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocked shots. Steve Johnson throwing a brick. He has been one of the poor foul shooters over the years, only 55% from the line this season.
Number 7 for the Blazers.
Kevin Duckworth will sit down. 4 points for Duckworth. But Johnson has done the job, 6 for 9 from the field. Now has 14 points, 9-point Trailblazer lead. 25 seconds left in the half. Jackson putting the move on Porter. Good play by Drexler, keeping it away from Green. And the foul called on Oakley. Knicks over the limit, getting hurt now by these fouls late in the second quarter.
The Knicks are over the limit.
Well, coming into this game, you know, and we said it at the early stages, the Knicks have a mental battle tonight, and that seems to be their problem, getting themselves ready to play hard in this game. The second night in a row of games, different cities, 2 more following after tomorrow's break, and it is tough. The only problem is it looks as though the Knicks are at the end of a 4-game and 4-night pattern in this first half. At any rate, they are just not playing with any spark.
A lethargic look about the Knicks, who will face Dallas on Thursday and Golden State on Friday. Down to 10 seconds left in the half. The Knicks trail by 11. 5 seconds remaining. Green setting the pick, and Wilkins with the spin. Not what he had in mind. And Green comes up with it. So Sidney Green came down on the ankle, and looks like he has a problem. Mike Saunders, the Knicks trainer, coming out to take a look. Patrick Ewing came up hobbling earlier in the game, and it seemed to affect his play after the torrid start. Right to the pressure on the inbound. Kersey able to handle it. Porter back to Kersey. And it's a 13-point Trailblazer lead.
Kersey very careful to thank Porter also for the pass. Oddly enough, in the first half, the Blazers scored more points off Knicks turnovers than the other way around, which it usually is. The Knicks gave up 14 points on 10 turnovers. The Blazers only 8 points on 10.
Ewing able to get it back. Here's Jackson, and he is hacked by Kersey. That's 2 on Kersey.
Followed by Jerome Kersey. That's his second personal foul.
Hoping to see some more spark in the second half. Mark Jackson will go to the line. The Knicks coming off the win in Charlotte last night that stopped the 3-game losing streak. Suddenly things have turned for the Knicks, who have been going so well. They have now lost 5 of their last 8. In the midst of a difficult stretch, 12 games in 17 days, the last 2.5 weeks. Well, Mark Jackson hits 1 out of 2. Again, the pressure. The steal by Newman. And the Portland lead is 10.
Well, the Knicks look like they're going to stay with it now. In Portland, when the Knicks played in late January, they were down 20 points in the third quarter. 20. And they came back. Now, it looks as though that did some damage to them as far as tonight goes, because they're playing as though they can turn it on and off like the faucet. And that's the attitude they seem to be giving. And Johnny Newman comes in and starts to give this pressing defense some confidence.
Wilkins called on the foul, so Johnson to the line. Only a 55% free throw shooter.
Well, when you sit in Charlotte one night and then come to another arena, what a difference. I mean, the noise level is so different. Even here, where the fans are great.
And Mark Jackson will go to the line. The basket counts. Plus the foul. Drexler on the foul. And the Knicks are showing some signs.
Yes, contesting that basketball. Mark Jackson getting out in front of Steve Johnson, going right around Kersey and up and under for a beautiful layup.
Now, the difference in Charlotte, the acoustics of the Charlotte Coliseum are such that the crowd does sound louder. And also, they scream at everything.
Yes, they do.
We've talked about it earlier. The fact that it reminds us of the early days of baseball in Milwaukee, when the Boston Braves moved to Milwaukee, they cheer foul balls, and they go wild at the slightest positive note by the Charlotte Hornets. Another good move by Johnson, who has 16, and Portland leads 68 to 59. But it's great enthusiasm in Charlotte. Here's Ewing.
Well, what it does is it gets the very best efforts that the home team has to offer. I know if this was going on here right now, the Knicks would be playing with more vigor. So it's the fans' fault.
Jackson gets it down to Wilkins. And Portland leads by 7, 68-61, and it does get the crowd going. More selective cheering here, which you can understand.
They want something to cheer about, these people. They know too much. That's the problem.
And Kersey able to answer. Blazers by 9, 70-61. 2 minutes gone by in the third. Newman from 3, way offline. Duckworth comes up with it. And it's stolen by Newman. Ewing, foul by Kersey. Or let's see, no, deflected out. No foul on the play.
20-second timeout for the Blazers.
And a 20-second timeout is called by Portland.
Well, there's some action building here for the Knicks now. Patrick Ewing on the outlet pass. Mark Jackson on the spin. Finds beautifully Gerald Wilkins getting out on the break. Boy, what precision.
.2:15 gone by in the third quarter. And just 1 year ago, the Portland Trailblazers with a record of 42-25, in contrast to what has taken place this season since the All-Star break. Blazers managing only 7 wins the last 21 games. Last year they finished 53-29. They were second in the Pacific Division, 9 games behind the first place Los Angeles Lakers. They tied for the 4th best record in the NBA, then lost in the first round of the playoffs in a quickie to Utah, 3-1.
Right now the Blazers continuing their domination on the boards as Johnny Newman hands it over. Terry Porter and Drexler ever so tough, coming in from the side and on his way to a 3-point play. Right now 42-26 in the rebounding department, favor of the Blazers, who have 5 players with 6 or more rebounds. Amazing number this early in the game. And that's a look at Clyde Drexler and why he is so tough.
Third foul committed by Wilkins. Portland by 11, 72-61. Drexler has 18. Now the crowd looking to urge the Knicks on, and foul call. Hugh Evans out of center court off that Portland trap. With the indication, no announcement. Now Evans walking over the scores table.
Against New York.
Oh, a technical foul against the Knicks.
They had only 4 men on the court.
They had only 4 players on the court.
Terry Porter on the line, 1 shot.
What?
That's what the man said.
Well, Porter hits the technical. I'd like to get another look at that one. No argument, or mild argument, by the Knicks. Now that is one I have never seen. Oh, and yours, John.
I don't want to take your line.
Newman getting in. So Portland by 10, 73-63. Now, how did that happen? Was it in the midst of a substitution? We're going to have to run that one down.
I believe there was someone coming in.
All right, here's Duckworth on the fake, and the foul is called. So Kevin Duckworth will go to the line.
Fouled by Patrick Ewing. His 3rd personal foul. That's 3 on Patrick Ewing. New York has 3 team fouls.
There was a ball game.
32.
In recent years, maybe last season, where a West Coast ball club did not have the full complement of 5 players on the court for longer than a minute, and it was not noticed right at the start. Now that's unusual. Was the second minute? That seems to stick in my mind. Blazers by 12, 75-63. Let's see what the call is. A jump ball. Oakley is now 0 for 5 from the field.
Duckworth leading the way here in rebounding, and this dominance that Portland has. He's in double figures now.
Wow. Nice effort by Mark Jackson. And deflected out by the Trailblazers. Great positioning by Jackson to win that tip. Oakley 0 for 3 last night from downtown. Here's Jackson. Newman on the follow. Newman stripped. And here come the Trailblazers. Barry Porter messing up all our statistical sheets with the breeze that occurred as he tried to save that ball. The nerve of him. But it will be Nick Ball. Not much happening here from the Knicks point of view. They're down by 12. Ewing. Look out. Johnson and Oakley got involved.
Good thing Oakley didn't see Johnson waving the arms after he cleared himself. Ewing under pressure can't make the jump shot. Steve Johnson drives Oakley to the floor. Kind of hovers over him there, but Oakley at that moment wasn't looking.
3 fouls on Oakley. Kiki Vandeweghe replacing Johnny Newman. Vandeweghe shot well in the first half, 5 for 9. Knicks again to the trap. Here's Johnson. And Portland leading at 77-63.
Right now, the Knicks look as though they've been playing too much basketball. These are the dog days, as Rick Pitino said recently, as Ewing finds Charles Oakley. These are the dog days of the NBA season, as you wind down the last month of the season. It's so difficult to stay totally motivated for each game. Nice move by Ewing to Oakley. Boy, is it evident here for the Knicks tonight. I mean, they just can't seem to get to that 100% level of effort. They're hovering in the high 80s throughout this game, and Portland wants to win more. They need it more, and they're showing that effort.
Porter was called on the foul. Oakley completing the three-point play. Jackson on the steal. So the Knicks cut it down to 9, 77-68. Vandeweghe with the steal. The foul called on the Trailblazers, and Rick Adelman of Portland wants to talk it over with the Knicks making a move.
What's the monthly cost to put you in a new Toyota?
Oh, well.
A deluxe four-wheel drive Toyota truck.
Ah.
With tinted glass and cloth seats, chrome bumpers, stereo, carpeting, and bumper-to-bumper coverage without a dime deductible.
Wow.
For a short time, you can lease a 4x with financing provided by Toyota Motor Credit Corporation for under $146 per month.
How much?
Under $146. Better run to your Toyota dealer now. 4xs at this price tend to disappear.
I'm out of here.
For the pride, for the dream, for the love, and for the team, for the sweat, for the drive, for the reason you strive.
For all you do, the clean, crisp taste of Beechwood aged Budweiser.
This Bud's for you. This Bud's for you.
You don't have to be a star to win the gold statue. I can turn anyone into an Academy Award winner. Just play Beat the Greek and you can win 25 G's. All you need is a finger and a touch-tone phone. Pick the big winners and beat me for 25 grand. Call me now, 1-900-USA-1989. I'd like to thank my director, my writer, my cameraman.
Pick this year's Academy Award winners and beat the Greek for 25 grand. Call 1-900-USA-1989.
By the way, Nick basketball, stay with us right here on the MSG Network. It'll be the Coors Sports Night with Dave Sims, and his guest lineup includes WBC Continental America's heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield coming off the victory over Michael Goetz. And there's his manager, Lou Duva. They issued a winner-take-all offer today to the heavyweight champ, Michael Tyson. Also, Another heavyweight in his day in the NBA, Maurice Lucas, now part of the Portland Trailblazer coaching staff with the on hand, along with heavyweight Alex Stewart, who will be on the Felt Forum boxing card on Thursday night. That'll be following Knick basketball. Apparently, Vanderway had stepped on the line as he came up with that steal just before we went away, so no foul call. But now the ball will go to the Knicks because Portland try to inbound by passing the ball beyond the baseline. You cannot do that unless it comes after a basket is scored. And they forgot.
As we often see.
Yes. It's a play we're seeing more frequently in the NBA. Usually you see it in the college ranks. Vanderway gives it back. Here's Ewing. He changed his mind. Tucker from three. They cannot buy one from three-point range. Jackson able to save that pass that went off the mark. Tucker from the other side. And here comes Porter. No one in sight. Beating Johnson. And the Trailblazers now lead 79-68.
Well, in the hustle for the ball, the backcourt was left open clearly. And the Knicks just showing the mental letdown.
Vanderway certainly has the touch here against his former club. 14 for Vanderway. And Portland leads by 9. Good pressure by the Knicks. Porter with Vanderway back. Nice play. The glide with 20.
The lead pass is once again succeeding for the opposition.
Jackson lost it. Here's a 3-on-2. Drexler. Out of the goaltend. The basket counts. Vanderway knocked it away. And now the Trailblazers handling the pressure defense very well.
3-on-2 break. Drexler's the man you want to have the ball. Tucker takes a swipe. Kiki arrives too late and too low. And Drexler showing his stuff. I mean, he is strutting here.
Part of the problem for the Knicks, Patrick Ewing, who got up so quickly, has been very quiet. Tucker missing again from three-point range. Coming into tonight, he was 0 for his last 7 from downtown. Duckworth, rebound Oakley. Tucker tonight 0 for 4 with the three-pointer. Jackson, yes, 83-72. Portland by 11. And that's in a quick start by Ewing. And that's a 5-second violation. Ewing with 14 points for the game, 12 coming in the first quarter. He's 1 for his last 7.
Well, he's entitled to a slump. He has been nearly perfect from the field of late. And I mean the last dozen games. Someone else has to lift it up for them.
Next 2 for 13. Three-point field goal shooting category. Here's Strickland, who just came on. And again a fast break. Drexler eluding Ewing. Portland able to get back. Vanderway with the baseline move. Yes. And it counts. Yeah, that had to feel very good. In particular, with this game being televised back to Portland, he now has 16 points.
Yes, Kiki going baseline, strong to the basket with a lovely finish to that shot.
Johnson on the foul, three-point play for Vanderway. The Knicks trail by 8, 83-75. 3 fouls. I'll make that 2 now on Steve Johnson.
Boy, it must be strange. Vanderway guarding Clyde Drexler. Real close friends.
And Johnson draws the foul. He will go to the line. Call on Ewing.
That's his
That's 4 on Ewing. Sidney Green will check in. He went down with the ankle problem late second quarter.
Sidney Green, number 44.
Ewing has not been the same player since he twisted the ankle.
He had 12 points, 8 rebounds in the first quarter. Right now, 14 points, 11 rebounds.
Funny thing is, he's not limping either.
In the fourth quarter, the Celtics by 2 over the 76ers. Steve Johnson having an adventure at the foul line. He is 2 for 7 from the line. Missed his last 4. Strickland, Walker, 83-77. It's down to 6.
This is when they hurt you on the inbounds.
Kersey. Good follow-up by Cole Jones. 85-77 for Jones, his first bucket.
77.
4:45 left, third quarter. Johnson on the rebound.
With Charles Oakley out, there are no second shot attempts at the basket for the Knicks. No offensive rebounding.
Wide open jump for Kersey. So Jerome Kersey with 14 points. And the Blazers lead by 10. The Knicks were making a run, but Portland right back. 4:24 to go in the third. We'll be back in a moment. Green. And he'll go to the line.
It is unbelievable
Followed by Jerome
how
Kersey.
both
His
teams
third personal
are
foul.
able to pass the
That's 3 on
ball.
Kersey.
Just it past the timeline. Porter shooting. Duckworth with possession. And foul on Walker. So the wide 7-footer Kevin Duckworth going up against Kenny Walker had no problem.
Well, if you don't look for men and identify them, there's no way a Kenny Walker at his size is going to deal with 0-0 Kevin Duckworth, the 7-footer.
Duckworth, second round draft pick of San Antonio. That's a final. Cleveland beating Dallas. And then Duckworth was acquired for Walter Berry in a steal. Then stepped in for the injured Sam Bowie and did a solid job. This year averaging 16 a game. Strickland gives it back up. Vandeweghe.
Strong Kiki Vandeweghe move over big people.
19 for Vandeweghe. 9-point Portland lead. Again, Portland getting down, making it look very easy. Kersey has 16.
You think Sidney Green would have wasted a foul on the shorter Kersey?
Vandeweghe, Green, and Walker up front. Strickland and Tucker in the backcourt. Here's Vandeweghe, got the step. Nice pass. Green rejected, and a foul.
Followed by Mark Bryant.
Bryant.
Correction.
Check
Followed by Caldwell Jones.
Brother Caldwell Jones on the foul.
Mark Jackson, number 13. Is
Owen Kersey, only a second-round pick back in 1984 out of a small school, Longwood College in Virginia, and he has turned into a gem. Green now 4 for 4 from the line, all 4 of his points. 92-83, Portland by 9. They have led most of the way after that initial Knick run in the first quarter. Walker rebound. Good play from behind by Kersey to strip Jackson.
Shows you how Kersey can dig. But he caught up with Jackson like that.
Porter on a quick release. 2.5 remaining. Third quarter. And again, the crowd urging the Knicks on. They've lost 2 out of the last 3 here at the Garden after winning 26 in a row at home. Kersey is on it again.
He's so upset. I guess I'll have to carry on as Marv lost his headset. Clyde Drexler on the penetrating move. Doesn't get it done. The Knicks have now brought it to 92-85. Marv, come back. No headset. No microphone.
Ready to go with Kevin Duckworth.
Kevin Duckworth striking inside. Marv puts himself together piece by piece. Kenny Walker with a beautiful move, avoiding defenders inside. Bring it to 94-87. Marv, welcome back.
John, is a future for you. You can expand your horizon.
I thought my future would be catching the likes of Mark Jackson.
So the Blazers now by 7. Porter way off. Here's Jackson, and he is fouled. Mark Jackson, fortunately, all right after that collision with our particular broadcast area, but he did break the headset, John, and I think he will be billed accordingly.
He got you good, didn't he?
Yes. I'm fine. I shake these things off.
I know you took off.
Pete Myers, number 8.
Pete Myers making his first appearance of the game. Jackson is 2 for 3 from the line. Well, here's a close-up look. I really wanted to see this.
Oh, look at you. Gone. The man is gone.
Quickness. I just received a note from Knicks publicity director John Cirillo, who said that Mark wanted to pass the word on to say that his knee is fine. Thank you.
If we were in Charlotte right now, Marv, where the noise level is rather high, you'd be in big problems right now without a headset. Are we going to get you one back?
Not important. I can carry on. 94-88. Portland by 6 as we come up on 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. And the crowd with the chant of defense. Brooks Steppe on the track through the foul.
Followed by Kenny Walker. That's his third personal foul. 3 on Walker.
You know, John, I've always said I prefer to be further away from the action. When the garden first opened, we were upstairs, hanging over the Blues.
Good stepping on the line.
You know, it wasn't a bad location, come to think of it.
Well, fortunately, it was Mark Jackson and not the likes of Charles Oakley or Patrick Ewing.
Brooks Steppe is an excellent free throw shooter this year, 92%. Now trying to hit 1 out of 2. But Steppe gets back to it. Nearly throwing the air ball. Steppe rejected by Walker. Not a good sequence for Brooks. Myers getting it back. And Green has cut it out of 4. 94-90.
I want to point out that Pete Myers was a key man for the first time wearing a Knicks uniform when the Knicks made that dramatic comeback out in Portland.
Jackson off the show behind the back from Myers. So Portland now with a 2-point lead. And the pressure getting to the Trailblazers. 20 seconds remaining. Third quarter. Steppe fires. A three-pointer for Brooks Steppe. 97-92. Knicks down by 5. Final seconds of the quarter. Nice feed from Jackson again. But Green blew the layup. So after 3, the Knicks making a run. They get back into it. They were down by as many as 14. They now trail by 5. 52. Newman around Duckworth. And here's Drexler. Stopped by Jackson. Crowd wants a walk. Ewing on the rejection. And it will be Portland ball. 6 blocks for Patrick Ewing.
Well, there's no question about the intensity level now for the Knicks. This is the team that the fans here have been used to seeing game in and game out now.
Drexler getting the pick from Duckworth and surrounded.
Timeout.
And a timeout taken. Drexler could not find anybody. Duckworth. Very physical move.
Left hand, too. That surprised Ewing.
And Portland leads by 7. 99-92. Just underway in the fourth quarter. Duckworth has 13 points. Jackson now grounded by Clinton Wheeler just came on, and he's hit on the foul from behind. Wheeler picks it up.
Kind of puzzled why Rick Adelman has not used Richard Anderson.
His first personal foul.
And the reason I say that is Anderson of late has been their best three-point shooter. In fact, in the box scores, you can't help but notice that. A big guy also in Chicago Friday night at 10 points, 26 minutes. Recently, in a game against Houston a week ago Saturday, Anderson was 4 for 9 with three-point shots. So you'd think that he would have gotten some action by now.
Yeah, he goes 6'10", about 230 pounds, been around the league.
Funny to see big men like Jack Sikma, Manute Bol, and Richard Anderson shooting three-point shots.
Manute was encouraged, and it got dangerous. That's a foul, a holding foul off the pressure.
Followed by Mark Jackson.
Jackson committing his first. Steve Johnson, who has hurt the Knicks tonight, getting set to return. Here he comes. Johnson had not received much playing time recently because of a tendonitis problem in both knees. He played only 6 minutes the last 4 games prior to tonight. Jones has the shot rejected, rather the pass rejected by Ewing. And Portland will put it in play in backcourt. Trailblazers by 6. Newman on Wheeler. They try to trap him. A lot of loose balls throughout the game, and this one goes to the Knicks. Again, the good pressure. Ewing. Here the foul. Johnson collecting his third.
Looked like Ewing had some words for Johnson. As he got the ball down low, Mark Jackson pouring it into him. That's a good habit the Knicks started last night. They get results that way. As the minutes tick by, though, they have to play better and better. The quality has to rise. And the Trailblazers, after some shakiness a couple of moments ago, seem to have reestablished themselves.
Ewing scoring his first point in the second half. He has 15 for the game. 3 out of 4 from the line. So the Knicks down by 4, 99-95. Portland is led by as many as 14. And the Knicks have gotten back into it with the pressure defense. At times, Portland has handled it well. That's an offensive foul. A charge on Johnson.
Well, Patrick Ewing sized this up well. Excuse me, that wasn't Ewing on that. That was Charles Oakley drawing that foul.
4 on Johnson. Ewing over Jones. And the rebound hauled down by Johnson.
That was in the basket, but it didn't touch the net. Doesn't get any closer than that.
Drexler backing Wilkins. Bad shot. Jackson with Porter back. 3-on-1. Jackson, yes. And it counts. You know, it's amazing when you consider Mark Jackson is playing only his 3rd game since coming back. from the arthroscopic knee surgery.
Well, Charles Oakley found him on this move, and that little deceptive move made the defense back off a bit, and that opened up the lane for Jackson to finish the job.
Foul committed by Porter. The Nets have beaten the Atlanta Hawks 111-108. Willis Reed personally beating up the players following the loss in Miami, and they responded, John. Blazers by 3. Drexler has 24. The Nets stopping a 10-game losing streak with the victory. Jackson is rejected. Here's Porter.
Well, when Jackson penetrates, we're talking fundamentals. Somebody's got to come out and cover up that backcourt, whether it be a guard or a forward or a center. The Knicks didn't do it, and it cost them 2 points.
3 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. The Knicks with the ball, trailing by 5. Ewing lost it. Terry Porter, the man handling it and calling out the play, has had a poor shooting game. 4 for 14. He has 11. Kiki Vandeweghe getting set to return. Kersey, oh, what a shot over Ewing.
After Newman gambled and lost the gamble for the steal, but what a shot.
18 points for Jerome Kersey. And the Knicks doing the program without the expressed written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated is prohibited. It will be Nick Ball. 8:28 remaining in the fourth quarter. With Patino taking a walk along the sideline. His club is down by 7. And that is a leg block. Knicks get the new 24. Marv Albert, John Andres, Bruce Beck, Madison Square Garden. The Knicks at 45-24. Portland 32-35. Trailblazers have lost 3 in a row. Coming off a defeat against Sacramento at home. Wilkins off the good fake. 105-100. Portland by 5. Again, good pressure. Wilkins got a piece of it. Wilkins wide open. 3-pointer. Yes. It's down to 2. Portland leading 105-103. Gerald Wilkins has hit 3 out of 4 from downtown. Caldwell Jones, a shot the Knicks will give him all night long. Here's Jackson challenging Jones, and we're tied at 105. And the Trailblazers want to talk it over.
And they have pulled together offensively and defensively. The long lead pass picked off by Mark Jackson. And he finds his teammate Gerald Wilkins, who makes sure it's going to be a 3-point shot attempt. And it is for his 3rd of the game.
Game tied at 105, 7:20 remaining. Fourth quarter. The chant of defense. 9 on the shot clock. Jackson guarding Kersey. Porter shooting. The tip home by Drexler. What a play by Clyde Drexler, who has 26. And Portland leads by 2. Here is Wilkins. Rebound Jones. Kersey wide open, and that was spotted by Porter. So Portland back to a 4-point lead, and Rick Pitino not happy, calling for the timeout with 6:40 remaining in the fourth quarter.
And as long as no one touches this guy, Clyde Drexler, he'll jump above most people and hurt you. Porter coming down with the head up as well, picking out Kersey. No Knicks had identified him, and I think that responsibility fell on 55 Kiki Vandeweghe, the former Trailblazer. He just watched it happen in front of him. Meanwhile, the Portland Trailblazers continue dominance on the board, 60-44. And if Caldwell Jones gets one more rebound in this game, they'll have 4 people in double figures rebounding-wise. And good rebounding gives you second chance points, and that's where they've hurt the Knicks.
So the Trailblazers by 4, 109-105, 6.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Nick Ball following the timeout. Ewing putting the move on and went glass successfully to cut it down to 2. 18 for Ewing. It will be Nick Ball. Good idea, but did not work.
Knicks better get accustomed to Clyde Drexler breaking early. I mean, he's doing it all game.
Mark Jackson helping to turn the game around. 17 of his 23 have come in the second half. Ewing triple team, and the game is tied at 109. Good pressure. They double up on Drexler. Kersey foul, and upset with himself. He'll go to the line. He was hit by Oakley.
Good play by Oakley. That's how I'm sure the coaching staff sees it. Avoid those stuffs. Take space away from people. The Blazers have now broken their single season high in rebounding, which was 60 as a team. And they are on their way to their Portland team record of 75 rebounds in a 4-overtime game in 1974. In regulation, their team record is 71 rebounds in 1978 against San Diego. Thank you, Kenny Albert. Nice job.
So patronizing, John. Vandeweghe foul.
You talk about your son that way.
That is 5. Steve Johnson been a major factor. 20 points, 11 rebounds, but 5 personal fouls. So Vandeweghe to the line. He's 3 for 3 from the line. He has 19 points.
Well, asked Rick Pitino before the game in the coaches show if he was going to favor Kiki tonight, give him more time against his mates, and Rick didn't show all his cards. He certainly has played him a lot of minutes.
Well, he's earned the playing time. He did have the nice touch earlier. Johnson sitting down. Game tied 111. The last time the Knicks led, it was at the end of the first quarter. They led 29-27. That was nearly a 5-second violation, and for the third time tonight, Portland is forced to call for timeout when in trouble trying to inbound.
On Amtrak's.
It is Portland ball. Again having difficulty inbounding. Vandeweghe breaking it up.
Vandeweghe's hustle denied the last inbounds. He was the reason why they had to take that timeout.
5.5 remaining. Fourth quarter. Kersey getting it down to Drexler. Drexler guarded by Wilkins. Tried the crossover. Kersey from deep. And Jerome Kersey showing the outside touch. He now has 24. He worked hard to expand his game. He can also hit the jump shot.
Well, he hasn't been lately, and going back to before the game, that's what they told me, the coaching staff. The forwards have not been shooting from outside very well.
Ewing. Yes. And it counts. First he threw a pass to himself. It's the most unusual move. He changed his mind and he caught it. Watch this.
Vandeweghe moving without the ball. Nice soft pass inside.
There it is. Nice.
From right hand to left hand, back to the shooting hand, and Ewing gets the soft shot up again, and he has emerged as a monster here for the Blazers.
The Knicks by 1. First time they've led since the end of the first quarter. Drexler out of control. Duckworth recovers. And the foul. on Ewing. That's 5 on Patrick Ewing, who has scored 9 points here in the fourth quarter.
That's his 5th personal foul.
Knicks with 3 timeouts left. Trailblazers with only 1 because they've been forced into those timeouts due to the excellent Knick pressure defense.
Another interesting non-move by Rick Adelman. No Adrian Branch tonight. Adrian has been doing rather well. 15 points against Chicago last Friday. Shot the ball well. 20 points against Golden State last Tuesday. No playing time for him tonight.
But in all fairness, some of those points came in non-significant moments.
Were you there? How do you
know? They were big scores. They were blown out. One of those games. Vandeweghe strip.
You're right. 151, yes. 127, Golden State. Not a bad point.
Yes, John.
In case there were some Adrian Branch fans out there. Want him to know he hasn't been forgotten.
Jackson off the steal. 3 on 2. Wilkins. And that's a goaltend. So the basket counts. And the Knicks lead by 2. 116-114. Gerald Wilkins has 17.
Gerald flying tonight. And that 3-point shot has really helped the Knicks.
Yes, Gerald 3 out of 4 from long range. Here's Drexler giving it up. And Wilkins right there. Kersey with the steal from behind. Jackson breaks it up. And Oakley will go to the line. Mark Jackson making it happen here in the fourth quarter. Sidney Green is back. Patrick Ewing will get a rest. Drexler on the foul, his second. Ewing with the 5 fouls, sits down with 23 points.
Rick Pitino signals Ewing, who is headed, as most players do, to the end of the bench to sit down next to him. Rick Pitino is giving him a very short rest so he can gather his strength for the closing minutes.
Oakley now 3 out of 4 from the line. Quiet game offensively. 5 points for Oakley. Knicks at one stretch, and that was early. First quarter, they led by as many as 7. They now lead by 4. They have come from 14 points down. Vandeweghe with a good hustle, but it will be Portland ball.
Well, this Knicks pressure has caused a turnover problem once again for the Trailblazers, who committed 30, their season high, against the Knicks on their home court. Tonight they have 25.
And as you can see, the Knicks have done a good job at the foul line. It's helped them get back into it. 3:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. Another steal. Vandeweghe fouled by Porter. So Kiki will go to the line.
Pressure on the inbounds. Gerald Wilkins working hard. And Vandeweghe, the recipient.
Vandeweghe on the line. Good shot.
He's an 87% free throw shooter. Knicks by 5, and Vandeweghe one away from equaling his Knick career high. Had a 23-point game here at the Garden against Miami on March the 2nd. Someone stepped in. Ronnie Nunn waving the shot off. Foul line violation. It was Sidney Green. Knicks on a 14-5 run. Here's Duckworth, and it's a blocking foul.
Mark Jackson taking a stroll up into the 8th row.
Now, correction, it was Oakley who stepped in, not Green, on that foul line violation.
Jackson committing the foul. Now, you can appreciate life in the NBA when you see Jackson stand there and get a sneaker sandwich and then have the foul called on him. And he's questioning one official and the other, because it didn't quite go that way according to his eyes.
Ewing is back. Duckworth, a 77% foul shooter, 4 for 7 from the line. And Portland is only 17 for 30 from the foul line. The Knicks by 4, 119, 115, 3:40 remaining. Fourth quarter. Ewing open. Out of his range. Rebound Jones. Drexler. And Oakley to the board.
Forward jump shooting. Drexler and Kersey. Has not been great.
Jackson. Yes. And that with 5 on the shot clock. It will be Nick Ball. Porter lost it. Turnover number 27. Committed by Portland. The Knicks with only 18.
Well, Mark Jackson feels it's important to come over and bang his knuckles on the wooden table for good luck after that shot.
Knicks lead by 6 with just under 3 minutes left in the game. Ewing. Yes. Knicks by 8. 123, 115. So Ewing turning it in the fourth quarter. The Knicks have their biggest lead. It's been Ewing and Jackson that have led the Knicks to this 8-point margin. 2:20 left in the game. Three on the 24. Porter. Rebound Ewing. Porter is now 4 for 16 from the field. And the crowd rising. A standing ovation for the Knicks. Oakley from 3. Jackson for Vandeweghe. What a play. And the Knicks by 10 as they have just taken over this ball game. Timeout, Portland.
Well, Marv, earlier in the game, in the first half, I made the remark the Knicks were playing as though they could turn it on and off like a faucet, and how that can hurt you.
And you know, that's kind of a catchy phrase, too. I'm glad you brought it up again.
Well, they proved they can. In this game tonight, they turned it on in the last couple of minutes, and it's amazing.
Well, for the first time tonight, we get a look at Richard Anderson. You mentioned him earlier. He has been their three-point specialist. He is throwing it in. Brooks Steppe is also checked in. He does have three-point range. Portland down by 10. It was looking very comfortable for the Trailblazers. Anderson from 3. And Green on the rebound. Tied up by Drexler. Minute and a half left in the game. Another key figure tonight, the one-time Trailblazer Kiki Vandeweghe with 24 points. That is a Knick career high. And how about the stats for Mark Jackson? 25 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds.
Wow. 19 of those points in the second half.
It's an interesting jump. They will do it again. Rick Pitino very upset about that toss, and Ronnie Nunn went over to warn him. Did not like the attitude. Porter banks it in from three-point territory. 125-118. Knicks by 7. A minute 20 remaining fourth quarter. Jackson's facing the trap and calls for time.
To lead in that department.
Michael Jordan now doing it successfully at the point guard position.
So much so he was named Player of the Week last week in the NBA.
5 on the shot clock. 1 minute remaining. 7-point Knick lead. Anderson, three-point attempt. Kersey, 125-120. It's a 5-point Knick lead. Jackson with a good play and then fouled by Steppe. Portland is over the foul limit. So Jackson
His first
to the free throw line. He's 5 for 8 from the line. A crowd of 18,039. Short of a sellout for the Portland Trail Blazers. Start of a busy week of Knick basketball. Thursday night, the Knicks and the Dallas Mavericks. That game will be seen here on the MSG Network Friday night. Chris Mullen and Manute Boljan in town. Golden State Warriors, who beat the Knicks out in Oakland earlier this season. And that also to be seen on the MSG Network.
Only team the Knicks have yet to beat this year, Golden State. And a Charles Oakley poster Friday night.
Knicks by 6, 43 seconds remaining. 7-point lead. Drexler from 3. And Hugh Evans says last touched by Ewing.
Knicks' hard work in the fourth quarter has shown on the boards where they've narrowed the gap greatly. 61-49 as of a moment ago. Still the Blazers ahead, but not as much as before.
Kersey had the dribble deflected away. 32 seconds remaining. Steppe will throw it in. Steppe from three-point range. Wilkins got a piece of it. Drexler with 25 seconds, able to get to it. Drexler. Whoa. 28 for Drexler. It's a 5-point Knick lead as the Trailblazers are making things very difficult here in the final minute. Jackson able to elude Kersey. He's looking to play with the time. Vandaway. 10 seconds remaining, and Oakley is fouled and stares at Steppe, who says, I didn't mean it.
What a face on Oakley. Whew. He didn't say a word. Oakley's in a position now on this move to hurt himself. You can see he goes down unnaturally. Takes a look at Steppe. And he's not finished either. When he stands up, he dishes out another one of those.
Charles is 4 out of 5 from the line. There's Kenny Walker for Patrick Ewing. 25 points, 13 rebounds, 6 blocked shots for Ewing. Another outstanding night, coming off the 45 points in Charlotte last night. The Knicks 128, Portland 122, down to 10 seconds. Here's Porter on the penetration. 4-point lead with 4 seconds remaining.
That was Terry Porter. Knicks lead 128-124.
Out of 2, 1. And Oakley will inbound, and that will end matters. So the Knicks sweep the 2-game season series from the Portland Trailblazers. And they do it in the same manner that they did in Portland. Come from behind effort tonight. They came back from 14 off outstanding games by Patrick.
Porter controls the tap, and we're underway. Let's pick up the defensive assignments. Brian Shaw is on Porter. Klein's right there on Duckworth. Looks like Reggie Lewis is going to be with Caldwell Jones. Ed Pinckney will cover Kersey. Duckworth misses, and Portland will get another shot at it.
Well, that's the matchup that I alluded to.